Welcome, everybody, to another live edition here at Man's Night. I'm your host, Jay, and as always, let's go! What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Man's Night. I'm your host, Jay. Man, oh man, what a week it's been. We made it to another Friday, unscathed, undamaged, if you will. Hey, what's going on, Tammy, Trey Stone? Hey, Tin Man, my good friend. What's up, man? How you doing? Cynthia, how you doing? It's good to see you, Nurhan. I hope you're doing okay over there in your neck of the woods. Still sending prayers and whatnot towards you. I know you got a lot going on, but always keep in mind, I'm here for you. So just give me a buzz if you need something to say or talk about. I'm here for you. And that includes everybody here in the chat. Welcome, everybody, to another live edition of Man's Night. Redeeming, what's going on, man? I'm doing good. I'm glad you're in here, man. If, of course, this is open for anybody and everybody. If you want to get in here and talk with me live on the panel, the link is in the pinned chat section in the comment section. You can get in here anytime you want, but before you do, let me get my information out and tonight's story and updates and some good news. Yeah, we got some stuff going on that I got to talk about, and I can't wait to tell you. But before I get into all that, I see you guys. What's up? You know anything different? Do you guys know anything different? I'll stand up so you guys can see it. I got my new shirt from Inside Out Network. There it is. There's printing on the back too, but it's going to be hard for me to show you. But nonetheless, I got mine today. I got something else that came in the mail today, and I want to show you guys that real quick. Tim Ann gets in here and says, I'm super depressed, worried about my relationships. I understand, my friend. Again, if you want to talk more private after the show tonight, I'm your man. I'll be your ear. And you can call me, and we can shoot the shit if you want. All right, so there it is. My new merch is here. This shirt's still up for grabs if you guys want it. I'll try to show you guys what it looks like up on the store. Speaking of store, I got an update for you guys. I know there's a little bit of frustration going on with the delivery when you guys order and how long it takes. Unfortunately, through Bonfire, with all due respect to them over there, guys, Bonfire has only one select type of shipment. You can't do speedy delivery. You can't pick and choose what kind of delivery you get. They got what they got, and I finally got mine. It took, I know, probably a good week, if not longer. But anyways, I can't change it. I can't do nothing with it. It's their protocol, not mine. I'm going to be looking into, guys, doing some different store brands or stores and kind of move away from Bonfire, with all due respect, because I don't like their shipping either. But I understand that there's a little frustration. It's beyond my control, and I do apologize for your guys' orders. They're coming. Just keep track of it with your tracking number. Cynthia got in here and said, nice, thank you very much. And Trey got in here and said, merch, absolutely. And Tammy said, sending you and your love at everyone. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Tammy. And I hope you're doing good over there, too. I'm here for everybody. If you got something going on, I'll be your ear, nonetheless. All right. So I wanted to not only show you guys the shirt. I got mine. My hat's also on the way. Can't wait to show that and sport that on this show. But check this out. Check this out. I got a new thing that came in today. And it's going to make me looking more better, I guess, out in the field when I go and do outside reporting. But look. Ta-da! There it is, guys. My new mic flag. There it is. That's what she looks like. From Inside Out Network LLC, mic flag on all four corners. There it is. Came in today. It looks great. Even the antenna's yellow. It matches the logo, so I didn't do too bad there. So that's pretty awesome. And now I'm ready to do field reporting. Ta-da! Take a snapshot. Anyways, there it is, guys. So that is what's up. All right, so I'm proud of that. Let's go ahead and get in the chat. Sending you love, Tammy said. Cynthia says, you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Absolutely, Cynthia. And then Tin Man gets in here and says this. I'll put it up on the screen. 3 weeks at least. You could order a bunch of random size and mail them out from there to improve shipping speeds, but then it will be hands-on instead of hands-off drop shipping. Yeah, I thought about that, and you're correct. But then yet it puts more stress on me and all that. But nonetheless, from the shipping part of it, I can't do nothing about it, Tin Man. So I do apologize on that. But anyways, keep tabs on it. It should be coming to you here soon. So again, you know, it is what it is. But let me know when you do get it. I appreciate you there over Tin Man. And then yay, everybody says yay, super cool, love it. So yeah, I'm ready for the outside world, not just the studio. That's pretty badass, and it turned out really great too. Look, I mean, there's no flaws in it. It just absolutely looks stunning. I'm very pleased with it nonetheless, and I'm ready to go. So now we are, once the weather starts turning a little bit nicer, I will be doing outside field reporting. So I'm very, very pleased with it nonetheless. All right, for tonight's Man's Night, guys, I have a story I wanted to share you, and this story came from my good friend Trey, who's in the chat tonight too. Welcome, Trey. Hope you're doing okay over there in your neck of the woods. And I got an interesting one because, again, it should be no surprise to none of us when it comes to the system. And I'm doing this because this is another story, believe it or not, that don't get talked about much through our big news media outlets and all the big tech gurus, you know what I mean? So with that, I'm going to go ahead and do the share screen, get involved with that. And then after that's over, we'll talk about the story that I'm showing about. And then I got a very interesting and very heartfelt, moving Imagine That segment here in the half-hour portion of my podcast. So stick around with that. And let me go ahead and show the chat. Tim Man said yay, and he's talking about my mic flag. And then he says it again. Cynthia says super cool. And then Cynthia says, love it. And then Tin Man gets in here and says this. Folks said it came in today. Okay, well, I hope it did get lost in the mail, because that does happen too. Keep me updated, Tin Man, please, on your end. Keep me updated. I'm sorry for this, man. It makes me look bad, but I can't control it. It is what it is. Anyway, Cynthia says, it will be too much added on you, in my opinion. Absolutely. And I tried that, believe it or not, before I met you guys and all that, when I started back in, I would say 2018 and whatnot, when I first tried to roll stuff out, it didn't work in my favor. It became too stressful. So I decided to switch that up. But you are correct, Cynthia, nonetheless. Trey gets in here real quick, says, we're a laminate. Maybe folk won't stop your snooping, protesting. Sure. Thank you, Trey. Appreciate you, man. They said it came in today. Okay. Well, then, Tim Man, did you get it? If you got it, let me know, and let me see you wear it and all that. Anyways, Trey said that. Okay, thank you very much. And then Tim Man said, when get to their place, I will see it. Okay, thank you very much, Tim Man. I appreciate you nonetheless. Thank you for your update. All right, let's get into the story on tonight's Man's Night with this very, should be not surprising story to you guys. At least it's not to me. And we're going to go ahead and show it to you guys right now. Let's go ahead and do that. Settings. Here it is. In the chat, guys, let me know if you guys can see this. And if you can't, I will do what I can to let me get that out of there. Show it to you. Low-level drug dealers are not eligible for reduced prison term, Supreme Court rules. Imagine that. And you guys remember there was a thing that former President Trump, I think it was, that passed, called the First Step Act. And, and that First Step Act was more, for people for drug offenses. But nonetheless, for some reason, this court's denying it. Sorry for the ads, guys. But anyways, let me go ahead and play this video in its entirety uncut. And again, all credit, I have to say this verbally, all credit goes to Fox News over there for putting this on. There it is. Let me go ahead and play this. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear it. If there's any issues, put it in the chat. Let me know so I can fix it. Here's the story from Fox News on this.
Oregon lawmakers walking back their controversial drug leniency policy, voting to recriminalize certain drugs. This after overdose deaths skyrocketed in the state, with Portland becoming an epicenter of the fentanyl crisis. Our next guest says the shocking policy never should have happened and made Oregon look like a national dumpster fire. Let's bring Oregon State Senator Minority Leader, Republican Tim Nutt. Tim, thanks for being with us this morning. Would you help us just understand what Oregon did there? You know, in decriminalizing small amounts of what is it, Tim? All drugs right now? Like, what led us to the point we are?
Yeah, pretty much. So what happened was the voters of Oregon were sold a bill of goods through a initiative that was on the ballot, and it essentially legalized, decriminalized all hard drugs. So fentanyl, heroin, cocaine, what have you, methamphetamine. And so what happened was that instead of treatment that the voters thought they were going to get for their family and friends who were on drugs and addicted, they ended up getting unbridled drug use, drug sales all over our major cities across Oregon, and it turned into a exponential increase in overdose deaths, and it's now about 4 Oregonians a day are dying because of overdoses. So the legislature Friday reversed that policy and voted to recriminalize drugs and end Oregon's experiment with decriminalization of drugs.
Let's stay on the experiment for just a moment. We've seen the stats on the rise in overdose deaths. I'm just curious, from a quality of life perspective, at the point at which you
look at this, guys,
criminalize all these hard drugs, and we should point out that's different than legalization. It's not as though you had dispensaries pop up overnight, but you're not prosecuted for a certain amount of anything, though, heroin, crack, whatever. So what happened to the streets of, say, Portland once this law went into effect?
Well, what we had is more crime, open drug use, open drug sales, and I mean, you see people pretty much everywhere on drugs, and they were literally dying before our eyes on the streets of Portland and Eugene.
This is ridiculous. Look at the streets
across Oregon, and it's been horrific.
And real quick, now the attempt, as you point out, to rewind this, to recriminalize these drugs, what does that prospect look like now in rewinding this position?
Well, the great news is Oregonians, I think, won on Friday when the state Senate voted by 21-8 to recriminalize hard drugs. The House had already voted on it. Strong bipartisan votes in both chambers, and now it's going to the governor, and I urge her to sign it as soon as she possibly can.
Right. State Senator Tim Nutt, thanks for being with us this morning here on Fox and Friends. Best of luck.
Thank you.
And there you guys have it right there, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go ahead and get out of this real quick. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. You guys not only heard the story there, but you also look at the streets. That's Portland, Oregon, I guess. Look at the streets. Look at the homelessness. Look at the crap that's going on there. Absolutely just ridiculous. We shouldn't be living like this, but that's our system for you. Tammy gets in here and says, why don't we penalize all the big pharmas who created the problem to begin with? Absolutely. Remember, it's all about the money. They really seriously do not give a rat's ass about your life in any way, shape, or form. I'm telling you guys the truth on that. They don't care about you. All they care about is the money, and nothing else matters. That's what it boils down to. Spot on, truthful Tam. I appreciate you there. Trey said this in the chat. Give ex-cons better jobs, maybe. Yeah, don't you think that's a great concept? But I guess that concept fell on deaf ears on a lot of people, especially when it comes to our big wigs and our politicians and our lawmakers, et cetera, et cetera. Cynthia said this absolutely 100%. Yeah, you can't. In order for our streets to be cleaner, better, and more, positive, we gotta nip this stuff in the butt. If we take away some of these big ass companies that are causing these issues, and you know who you are, I think our streets, our people by themselves would be so much better here in America if we got rid of all of this goddamn unnecessary bullshit. If you get my drift. And then of course, Corrected Felon Podcast Preach. Absolutely. Welcome to the show, Corrected. Nice to see you in here for the first time. Good to see you. And then Truthful Tam getting here. Nope. Government is making a profit. So problem is not problem in their eyes. Yeah, no, I get it. Again, you can't tell these people nothing. It is what it is. And it's very, very sad, to be totally honest with you. But again, if you guys are new here, please hit the smash and like button, share this, and get it out to your friends and whatnot. And also put a comment down below what you guys think about this video. And again, if you're new here, hit that sub and make sure to turn on the notification bell. That way you'll get notified every single time I go live right here. Thank you so much, guys. Truthful said, we need to have a village mentally again. Let me see that on the screen. There it is. We need to have a village mentality yet. Oh, I agree. Absolutely. Timian says this. Wow, was the Lord's name in vain necessary? No, but sometimes stuff slips and I don't mean to say it. So I appreciate you there, Timian. Oh, man. And again, let me go back to that story real quick. I want to show you guys something else in there. And I think it's messed up how the First Step Act is not being applied here. So let me go back to that real quick. I want to show you guys something I forgot to mention or show you. Let's go back to that real quick. Again, I want to read this off for you guys if you just tuned in. It says the Supreme Court ruled. Now, again, the Supreme Court ruled that low-level drug dealers are ineligible for shortened prison terms under the First Step Act. Amazing, right? Do you guys understand that? We'll talk about that here in just a second. Nearly 6,000 people convicted. Again, 6,000. And I'm going to go ahead and probably say, assuming that number is actually higher than that. I don't know how accurate that is. But for right now, due to what's on the screen, I'll read it here. It says nearly 6,000 people convicted of drug trafficking in 2021 may have been eligible for reduced sentences. Imagine that. So there you go. And let me read this last portion here. Congress remains the power to amend the law if it disagrees with the court's decision. I hope you guys heard that. And again, I'll highlight it just for you guys' viewing pleasure. Congress retains the power. Doesn't sound right, does it? I thought it was we the people have the power. Congress is saying something that's not correct here. Congress retains the power. Bullshit. To amend the law if it disagrees with the court's decision. These people wouldn't exist if it wasn't for us. Let's be real. Moving on real quick, guys. The Supreme Court ruled Friday that thousands of low-level drug dealers are ineligible for shortened prison terms under the Trump-era bipartisan criminal justice overhaul. Imagine that. I'm going to be a nice guy, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight this whole thing so you guys can read it on the screen for more viewing pleasure. Anyways, moving on. The justices took the case of Mark Pulsifer, I think I said that right, an Iowa man who was convicted of distributing at least 50 grams of methamphetamines to settle a dispute among federal courts over the meaning of the word and in muddy provision of the 2018 First Step Act. Amazing, huh? Last but not least, guys, the law's so-called safety value provision is meant to spare low-level, non-violent drug dealers who agree to plead guilty on and cooperate with prosecutors from having to face often longer mandatory sentences. So the First Step Act is not even being applied here. Amazing. What's your guys' take on all of this? I hope you guys saw that. I don't know what happened there. Did you guys read that and see all that? Cynthia gets in here and says this. I think many inmates who have never been involved in drugs get introduced to them inside prison, thanks to the low-paid CO trying to make a few extra dollars. Absolutely correct, Cynthia. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Tin Man getting here. Amen, Cynthia. And Tin Man said this. Yes, felons need good jobs. Absolutely. Tammy said, Trey, you are absolutely right. Trey said, drug sales is a vicious cycle. They get out of prison, can't make money. They go back to drugs. It takes a village. Absolutely correct. It's a vicious, vicious cycle. Absolutely, guys. Spot the heck on. And my friend Corrected Felon Podcast gets in here and says, that's fucked up. Absolutely it is. Absolutely. Facts. Absolutely. Thank you, my man. Appreciate you over there. So yeah, I don't know what's going on and why all this is happening. Let me see if I can let me put it in the chat, guys. If you guys saw that screen, I don't know what's going on and why it did that. Can you guys see the screen and everything I read there? Put it in the chat. Cynthia said it's very messed, but it's the truth, sadly. Very, very true. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Again, guys, if you guys want the source where I'm getting this information, again, all credit and whatnot is coming from Fox News over there. Thank you guys so much for Fox News for putting that on. I appreciate you. Cynthia said, yes, thank you guys. All right. Well, I'm going to tell you guys something, man. When I got that story sent to me through my followers, I read that and I couldn't see it. I couldn't believe it, excuse me. And that was so I had to do it tonight for Man's Night. Trey Stone gets in here and says, I see it small, but heard you read it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why this screen does that, guys. I do apologize on that. I tried to make it bigger, but the more I make it bigger on my end, it seems to get more blurrier. So I got to kind of not do it too much. But thanks, Trey, for your comment. Man, oh man. All right, well, I got a very special Imagine That segment that I want to get up and get out of the way. It's pretty heartfelt, and I think this message is not just for me, but I think this message has been put on to me to give to all of you here tonight, because I think this needs to be put out. Somebody needs to hear this. It's very, very important to put it out there. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and kick off my favorite portion of my Man's Night, where I do it every Man's Night, every Friday night, right here on this podcast, and it's called Imagine That. Let's go ahead and get into it. Welcome back to another edition of Imagine That. And I got a very heartfelt statement that I want to give out to every single one of you. And again, this is just, me, and you guys can take this how you want, but it's very, very important that I explain this from me so it helps all of you. All right. Because every single one of us, believe it or not, including me, are going through something. And sometimes we need to hear these positive things to get us through the week or through the day or something along those lines. So I'm going to go ahead and say this statement, and I want you guys to put in the comment section what you guys think about this tonight, because it's so fitting for what's going on with me and all of that. And of course, at the tail end of this podcast, guys, I do have some updates for you. Very, very awesome updates. All right, let's go ahead and get into the statement. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to this. All right. I'll just put it this way. It's very touching. Here it is. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life. Okay? And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great for work. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Stay with me. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. Love what you do. Notice I'm pointing at me and also all of you. Keep that in mind. Moving on. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Keep looking. Don't settle. All right? As with all matters of the heart, you know when you'll find it. There you go. I don't know how more spot on for me that is, for me and all of you, but I do know one thing. That one hit me where I need to be hitted. Or hitted. Whoa, what's wrong with me tonight? That's what I needed to hear is what I'm getting across to you guys nonetheless. And, man, couldn't be more fitting for what's going on with all my stalkers, all my haters, every single one of them out there that are still continuing to do their little stupid shit over there. But nonetheless, guys, I needed to hear that, and I hope you guys also needed to hear that. With that said, that's another reason why I always say on these podcasts, whether it's Man's Nights or any other podcast I do, that's why I say, imagine that. Ooh, yeah. That was moving. That was moving. I needed to hear that, folks. I really did. I needed to hear that. That was very important for me, and I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from on that. So, in other words, what that basically means, ladies and gentlemen, is don't give up on yourself. Don't beat yourself up too bad, and don't let the negative people influence you, dictate your life, and try to tell you what to do. You are only the one person that can bring whatever kind of joy or positivity to your life. You got dreams, go after them. Don't let nobody rain on your parade. All right? Nobody. And that's including me. You know, believe it or not, I got more parents I didn't know about. I got more bosses I didn't know about. I got people telling me to sit the hell down. Nope. Not today. Yeah, thank you so much, Cynthia, for your comment. Absolutely. You know, and again, this is where we're at with it, guys. And I love doing this podcast. I love educating you all. I love doing this and spreading awareness what's going on within our system. And Cynthia gets in there. Imagine that. Absolutely. T-shirts up for sale that says that there too, guys, if you're interested. Imagine that T-shirts up on my store if you want one. And don't settle for less than you deserve. Absolutely. Thank you, Cynthia. Spot on. Much love and respect for you over there. Appreciate you. So this is the the portion now for the rest of the evening where you all can get in here and chime in here and say what you want to say and let me know what's on your mind. This is the part where you guys can get in here and be a part of Man's Night, whether it's up on the live, on the panel, or in the chat. Corrected Felon Podcast gets in here and says, love what you are doing, fam. And I appreciate it. And I have to say, I've checked out you too behind the scenes, and I got a lot of love and respect for what you're doing over there too, my friend. If you're able to, I would like to, if you can, and again, no obligation, no pressure, nothing. It's all free will, up to you, but I'm going to put it out there anyways, my friend, if you can hear me. The pinned link to this live show is in the pinned chat section here, way up at the top. I'd like to see and hear from you tonight if you want to be on the half-hour portion of this remaining of this podcast tonight, and shoot the shit and introduce yourself. You're new here. I haven't seen you before, but I appreciate you being in here. If you got something to say, bring it up, put it on panel, and we'll go from there. But like I said, you're welcome, nonetheless, to come on up in here and have a chat with your host, Jay. I'm not a man. Well, no, I understand that. Last time I checked, I hope you're correct. But yeah. Anyway, Cynthia gets in here and says, oops, let me do that. What is going on with this? That was trippy. Tammy, we are woman. Absolutely. You got to say it like Cynthia, Tammy. I love how Cynthia says that. That's absolutely correct. Exactly. Said just giving Jay our time. No. Hey, if you're not you guys aren't doing it, who is? Don't answer that. Yeah. So, anyways, Corrected Felon Podcast. Did you want to get up in here and chat with me live on panel? You can do that. But if not, we can always schedule next time. I'd like to hear from you. You're doing great, whatever it is over there, and I appreciate you. My friend Trey gets in here and says this. Are you saving stories for later? Like Green Bay Correctional Institution went on lockdown in June 2023 to now, and their loved ones and parents are calling for GNCI to close for torturous conditions. I do save what you send me, my friend. As far as that, though, I don't know if you sent me that or if I have that. But nonetheless, you're going to have to look, Trey, if you can send me that info or that story, and I will do a podcast on it. Sounds very interesting nonetheless, but not surprising. Thanks for that info. And yes, when you send me stuff, I do save it in I think it's in my email section, so it doesn't go anywhere. Corrected gets in here and says, sure, give me just a few minutes. Absolutely. Perfect. Well, we got some time. It's almost done. Hey, Samantha, Samara. I think I said that right. Hi, Jay. This is Samara. I can't say your last name. I apologize. From Oregon. Welcome to the show. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining. Do you have an update for me? Any news since I talked to you on the phone in private? I hope that, Tammy, I don't know if he is. He was earlier. Maybe you can get a hold of him and find out if he is. Maybe he can get up in here and chat with me too. I don't know if Redeeman isn't here. He was, like I said, he was earlier. Cynthia said, hello and welcome in, everybody, or welcome in. I added everybody. Samara, what's your update from our conversation yesterday? I think it was. Any good news? I hope my advice have helped. If not, please keep me updated. As we sit here and wait for Corrected Felon Podcast to get in here, if you guys are new here, first off, please share this, get it out there, and get this podcast out there for more people to view and get educated on when it comes to our system. If you guys are new here and don't know how this works, what I basically do is I expose all the corruption and the negativity, if you will, when it comes to our prisons. So that's who I am. If you don't like this kind of content, then this is not for you. Tammy says, I have something to share, but in a few. Okay, thank you, Tammy. Must appreciate it. And then, of course, Corrected Felon gets in here, says, I'm ready. How can I get in? Okay, depends on your device. Are you using a phone? Make sure your camera and settings and all that is active. You got to go in the pin in the comment section where you're at right now to leave these messages and go all the way to the top, and it's in there. If not, I'll send it again. Bear with me for 1 second there, my friend. I'll send it to you again. And you hit that. There's the link. You're using a PC. Perfect. You hit that, and it will give you choices. Come in as a guest, and it'll come up on my screen, and you'll be in the green room, and we can get you up on here and go from there. I like to get you in here and introduce everybody. It would be nice to see you, and for what time we got left. My shows are for an hour, so I'm going to give you what time's left if you can make it. So there's the link. Hit that. Come in as a guest and go from there. Hope to see you in a little bit. Yes, Tammy, that's great. I totally spaced it. You're good with that kind of stuff. Samara is dealing with some, I would consider some major violations when it comes to court. If you can get with her, it'll be great. Looks like stand by. Hi, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi, is this the Corrected Felon podcast?
No, this is Samara.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't.
It's okay.
Anyways, welcome. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay. I was just telling my friend Tammy in the chat. She's also good with paperwork, and I don't know if you can see her comment there, Samara. But there it is. Samara's paperwork is my specialty. If you need any help or direction, she can help you. And that's coming
Okay.
from my camera. So it looks like my friend. Welcome. How you doing? I can't hear you. I think your mic's off. I think you're on mute. Check your mic, my friend. Looks like Corrected Felon Podcast is in here, but I can't hear you. I can see you, but I cannot hear you. Try. I'm sorry, my friend. I don't know what it is. Stand by, Samara. I can't hear you. I can. You're moving your lips, but I can't hear. No sound's coming out. It must be on your end. Check your settings. Check your mic. All right. Tammy's in here. What's up, Tammy?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can.
Okay, good.
I hear you. I can hear Samara, but I can't hear the gentleman with the mic problem.
Uh-oh.
The Corrected Felon Podcast is having issues with his mic. Why don't you try to reboot, my friend, and come back in? All right. If I have to go over my time, I'll let you. I can't hear you, my friend. Sorry, I don't know what you're saying to me. Try to reboot. Now I can hear you. Now I can hear you.
Yep.
You hear me now?
Anyways, welcome in, my friend. Yes.
Yeah.
Hear you great. Thanks.
Okay. All right, cool.
Welcome in, my friend. How you doing?
Cool. Well, thank you.
All right. I'll let you have the floor if you want to introduce yourself and who you are and what you do over in your neck of the woods. Go ahead, real quick.
Well, once again, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. I saw you. I think we might have an echo. Do we have an echo going on? I think I hear an echo. You can introduce me if you're familiar with me, but once again, I'll do it real quick. My name is Corey, aka Inspire the Block. Middle Pastors Middle, Corrected Felon Podcast. You can find me on YouTube. I'm a criminal justice reform advocate, and also I believe in no juvenile should be serving life without parole. So that's a fight for here in Georgia.
Nice.
Will you
Welcome.
please
I'm glad
send
to
me-
see I'm glad to see another individual doing something similar to what we're doing. I appreciate you, brother.
Will you please? I'm going to put my email in the
Sure.
chat. Will you please shoot me an email, Corey, Samara? The same thing with you.
Okay.
Anything I can do to help you with your paperwork, I'm very happy to. I'm very good at that. I'm very good at finding things, case logs, case files, to put in your motions, those kind of things to attach, what kind of motions for each state, federal, doesn't matter. They all have to, okay, best way for me to explain this. Lawyers and judges have, just like doctors, they have a certain set of rules that they have to abide by, just like anybody else. And so you can actually get a judge recused from a case or, what have you. There's different standards and setups that you can have as you're going along through your case to actually set up for a great appeal or a writ of habeas corpus. You just have to know what laws apply where and what case law to cite in your motions and how to present those motions. Because we all know how flawed, I'm sure all of us know how flawed these public pretenders are. And so enough said there. I won't say anymore. Go ahead. Okay, I'll be quiet now.
Love it, Tammy. All right. So, but anyways, we're all here to help each other out. We're all here to do what we got to do when it comes to this this podcast. So, Samara, like I said, when I was talking to you on the phone, all advice was just coming from my, my experience and whatnot, and I'm hoping that you can use it to help your situation. I hope you have some updates for me when you do, and take it from there. Again, I'm here for you if you have any questions.
Yeah, I went down to the courthouse here in Oregon, Salem, Oregon, and went down to the law library. And the guy there was really helpful. He said because the two judges that did not look at my evidence at all, I can
Yeah.
take it to federal court. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it to federal court and get my evidence looked at to
Told you.
once and for all get this case with my daughter resolved.
Told you. I told you. Was I right?
Yeah.
Not to take the freaking credit and bragging here, but yeah, I was right. All right. Does anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns? Anybody else? Real quick.
Y'all gotta forgive me, man. I think I figured out my sound was coming in terrible.
Oh, I can hear you just fine. You're good.
Yeah.
You have any questions?
Me?
No. I'm sorry. I forgot his name already. Corrected
Corey.
Film Podcast. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't have none. I'm just enjoying the show right now. I'm just honored to be on and have a great conversation with you guys.
Okay, I appreciate it. Tammy, did you have anything you wanted to add real quick before we did?
I always have stuff to add, Jay.
Oh, I know.
Okay. So Redeeming had written me. We've been working hand in hand, throwing ideas back at each other. So I have something that I'm going to send through the email. I think Tim Man's connected to the email. Maybe
Yes,
Corey would want to
I
be
am
a
too.
part of that email system since we're
Sure,
all
I will.
advocating. And this one
Yeah,
is
please do.
a diversion program for SOs, because there are several, there's a trend going on in our country. I don't know if you and Samara know, Corey, are aware, but I am hearing from a lot of fathers' rights advocates that a lot of women are starting to use their children as weapons in several states where hearsay is law. And men are getting convicted of crimes, SO crimes,
Yeah.
just based on testimony, no DNA evidence, no any type of physical evidence, scientific backed evidence, and no video footage or photos or social media, PC evidence.
Yeah,
Nothing,
imagine that.
nada, just hearsay. That's awful scary, guys.
Yeah.
And I'm facing that nightmare with my husband, to be honest with you. And I never knew in my life, I'm fixing to be 53, that the justice system was so flawed, so incredibly, horribly stacked against anyone charged. It's terrible.
I understand how you feel. My real dad, stepdad, and two of my brothers are SOs. And there was a major case here in Corvallis, Oregon with my real dad. And that's how they found out about me being abused. And he was sent to prison. And then eventually he went to Airway Heights in Washington, where he died.
I know that one.
But they didn't tell us until 3 years after his death that he had died. So they're covering up something.
Well, and see, what's horrible to me is, yes, we do have that issue of people actually being abused. I am a victim myself at the tender age of 5. And it was not by a man, believe it or not. It was by a teenage girl whose mother was doing that to her. So when I say this with complete sincerity. I feel terrible for victims that are actual victims. But it is awful. And I am a woman and a mother. It is absolutely awful to destroy another human being's life by lies and false accusations, and to absolutely destroy someone's complete entire life for the rest of their life. So that is a big issue for me. And there are people that want to see preventative measures, because we all know a lot of victims become actual SOs themselves. Not all of them, but quite a few do. And if we could catch them when they're younger and do a diversion program to help teach and educate and do something productive. We take domestic violence. I don't know if I can even say that word. Can I, Jay? I don't know anymore. There's so many touchy.
DV
But
for short.
DV. Okay, we have DV.
Yeah, they so
programs.
sensitive nowadays.
Everybody's
it
butthurt
is.
over certain words.
So we have DV programs for adults to teach younger people that are actually the offenders that are teaching DV. And if we could do that in the same sense, we can stop this vicious cycle. We're not making it better by having a whole village come after them like they're a vampire, and we're coming with wooden crosses and garlic and steaks, okay? Because when we do that, when we approach it that way, oh gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. When we approach it that way, then what happens is we are actually running them into hiding. And then what happens when we run them into hiding is that they reoffend, because they're already accused. Their life is ruined.
A repeated cycle.
Broken wheel. Okay, well, my call came in, but I have that whole list. So, Corey, if you can get in on that email, Jay will give you his email, and
in the
I'll
chat.
put mine in the chat.
Okay.
My email is in the chat. voicesfrominsideout@gmail.com. Again, voicesfrominsideout@gmail.com.
Samara, you can reach me. I'm going to put mine in the chat, okay?
All right.
It's nice meeting you both.
You too.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Likewise.
I'm still going to be here, but I'm going to go down. Bye.
All right. All right. So yeah, and again, and that's why what this means, revolving door. That's what I was doing earlier. It's a revolving door. What do you think about that, Corey?
I believe that certain circumstances creates this revolving door. For example, when you get out of prison, most of us are forced to go back into the same environment in which we come from. Like 99.8% of us have to go back to that. So if you're going back to that same environment, then the likelihood of you reoffending is almost like second to none, unless you have the will and tenacity to fight against those temptations and those urges to not go back to what you went to before you went to prison. So that's the number one problem that I think, especially for formerly incarcerated people, is that when they get out of prison, we have to go back to that same environment that we left from that led us to prison. And that'd be the fucked up part.
Absolutely. It's all about mindset. And you just hit the nail on the head on the nail right there, my friend. You said absolutely correct. What everybody's going through. Again, high recidivism rate in this country because no one gives a damn.
Nobody gives a damn.
The Department of Corrections, if you remember, and I'm pretty sure you've heard this, Department of Corrections stands for corrections, but it's not. I think it stands for Department of Corruption. It's not doing shit.
No. You know what? And I tell people all the time, this is like one of the words that I have a very, very big problem with, and that's the word rehabilitation.
Yeah.
They use the word so loosely and freely without even understanding the word, because the word RE is a prefix to the word habilitation. The word habilitation or habilitate means to be made fit for society. Now, when you put the RE, that means to do again. Most of us that go to prison was never made to be fit for society in the first place. Yeah, we all come from deplorable and terrible conditions. This is how we got to prison in the first place, with a very small minority of people that go to prison that was once habilitated. Like, I know I wasn't.
Boom.
So
I wish I had a boom signal right there on my screen. No, but you're absolutely correct. Go ahead.
I never been to prison, but I was in jail for 3 months. 20 twice. One was because I got caught shoplifting. I paid my time. Never been in trouble with the law since. And then my daughter put me in jail. And then she went on social media and bragged that she made a false report saying I was trying to get in contact with her, even though there was a restraining order. They believed her and came and arrested me. And I spent a month in jail because of it.
Nice daughter.
Yeah, and from that you have a what is called an FBI number, a federal tracking number, FBI tracking number that you don't even know nothing about until you actually go to prison. But you are in the FBI database because of that.
Yes, because I'm a felony because of my shoplifting.
Yep.
I sold over $1,000 worth of stuff that I regret to this day. But me myself have never been in trouble with the law since.
Well, I mean, you know what? This is my thing, especially when it comes to people that have some kind of interaction with the law, especially from a past experience. It is what it is. Don't judge me for life for that, right? Based with our credit, certain shit on our credit score can be erased after a certain amount of time, right? Go. Certain shit in life, bills would just drop after a certain amount of time. So if I've done something in my past, especially when it comes to getting a felony, and it's been years or time has been since I've been involved with the law again, leave me the fuck alone. Let me live. Let me live. And so I said, you trust me.
When I tried to go to the courts to get my felony expunged off my record, they said that they weren't going to because they never told me I had to go get my fingerprints done and submit a DNA test and pay a fine. And I'm like, didn't you guys do that when you guys arrested me? Because you guys made me swab my mouth. You guys took my fingerprints. And, you know.
It sounds fishy to me.
It's the system. It's a way to have you entangled up in it. Yeah. In ways that you don't even know. I'm talking about shit that will affect you 10, 20 years from now. All because you have this minor interaction with the law.
I still haven't done my fingerprints or my DNA with them because I'm on a limited budget. And when I understand going to the state police to get your fingerprints done and everything, it's like $500 here in Oregon or more.
Oh, wow. I mean,
I don't have that.
But that's another trickology of the law is once again, you have to pay to be in trouble. Like you're already paying with your time and your freedom. Without question. Now I have to give you money on top of that. Now who's the criminal?
We are taxed out the butt for everything, my friend. We are taxed.
Man, come on.
Extorted for money.
So why couldn't they take my swabs and my fingerprints from when they booked me and use that?
Because they wanted to make some money off of it for whatever reasons that the government does that, especially local governments. This is why I always preach that forget the president, forget who's going to be your U.S. senator or your U.S. representative. State and local politics is what matters.
Yeah.
For example, these fines, those don't come from Washington, D.C. No, those come from your local and state representatives creating these policy and these laws so that you have to pay to get your fingerprints, even though you'd already been through the criminal justice system in the first place where they supposed to took it free. How you doing, sir?
This is my husband, Daniel.
Hi.
Daniel, this is
how you doing,
Jay, and I forgot your name, sir.
They call me Inspired Black on social media, but Corey. My name is Corey, simply. Yep.
Yeah, everything that's been going on around here and with her is a bunch of BS.
It always is.
We don't have to put up with it anymore.
Well, see, this is why what I'm trying to do is right now in America, there's over 80 million people with some kind of criminal record, right? Think about it, even myself. Yes.
Brother, preach.
When we look at voting blocks, if some way we can galvanize everybody that has a criminal record to become a strong voting block in this country, like they do with the Latino community, like they do with the Black community, like they do with the alphabet community, like they do with the food community, because I can't say that on social media. They will take your page. So I got you, okay? But But it's what they do. But it's over 80 million of us with a criminal record. Why we can't come together and become a voting bloc in this country, a strong voting bloc in this country.
Man, if you got the answer to that question, I'm down.
Just have more conversations like this. We need to just come together. We don't care about the audience. Let's get the message out there. Come together as a voting bloc and be a stronghold in this country. Felons, people with criminal records can become a strong voting bloc. And it's 80 million of us. Think about it. It's 300 million people in America. We can actually shift a vote.
Get the lawmakers to watch us.
We got to do it. We got to just keep doing this, talking, pulling our resources together, and making this kind of shit happen. This is what I'm doing down here in Georgia. Like, you know,
I'm in Florida, so I'm in your neck of the woods. So,
where you at? Where you at again?
I'm in Florida.
Oh yeah, we did. We neighbors.
Yeah,
So you already know. Yeah. So
up?
you know, and right now in Georgia, what I've been it's in its infancy. But right now in Georgia, since the ruling that the United States Supreme Court from 2005 to 2021 ruled that juveniles is unconstitutional to give them life without parole sentences.
Oh,
Georgia, since that ruling, the United States Supreme Court ruled it to be unconstitutional. Georgia has a 100% increase in sentencing juveniles to life without parole.
Wow. Hey, being that I'm at the top of the hour of my show, can I ask you a question, boss?
Me?
Yeah. Can I ask you?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Can I get you on my podcast in this coming week?
Sure. Just let me know the time, and I'll make sure I schedule everything around it.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. Because I like your wit. I like how you are. Just for that short time you've been on here tonight, I like what you say and how you are. So I want you back up here.
Oh, without question. I'm trying to figure out how to put my my email in the chat. If not, I see you got what does those people call to help you out behind the scenes? But you can just email me at Corey Corey R as in razor Frazier Frazier at Yahoo.
Turn your lights on.
I want you guys to meet my service dog.
Oh, hi, puppy.
What's going on?
Her name is Princess, and she'll be 15 years old this August.
Oh, that's an old dog. I got a little doggy right here. What Keisha at? I got a little Chihuahua. Keisha. She's somewhere right here.
If you can try to put your email in the chat. Try that and see if it comes up.
I'll put it in the chat in the private. I can do it in the private.
Okay.
This is one of the issues that my daughter is having, is that she's trying to take her away from me.
No, she can't. That's
she's saying I'm abusing her.
She has to prove that.
Yeah, I know.
Listen. If I may, real quick, don't listen to everything your daughter's saying, because all this.
I don't.
And she's lying to you. So just if you need facts or truth, just ask me, and I'll tell you what's up.
I've already disowned her. So.
Okay. Well, yeah. I'm just letting you know. I'm sorry for what's happening for you.
No, it's okay.
All right. So we got. Let me see. Trey gets in here. It's good to have people on the show to bounce ideas off of. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. And then Cynthia gets in here real quick. It won't unless he's a mod. Okay, so I'm gonna you know what I'm gonna do?
What's a mod? I'm lost on that one.
Okay, a mod is a moderator for
I got it. But please forgive me. Hey, listen,
I'm gonna make you a standard moderator. Now you're a moderator now on my channel, so you can get in the chat and do things with the chat. So now you can put the email in the chat. I made you a moderator.
Okay.
Try it now. Send it to us now if you can. In the chat. Can you do that real quick? While he's doing that. I definitely want to get you back up on the show, my friend. I think I found my new friend.
Without question.
We were on the same page there, and I want the same thing you want. I want change within our corrupt system, and I'm going to do whatever I can to get there. I just need more listeners. I need more people, because I can't do it by myself.
No, you can't. You know? It's a long task. Trust me, and I understand that all too well.
Yeah, it's a daunting task, and it puts too much stress on me to do it by myself. So I need people that. Looks like Tammy wants to get in here. What's up, Tammy?
I had to, because Corey hit the nail on the head. Okay.
Can
you imagine? So Corey, I've said this many times on this show, and I know the guys in the chat are gonna like go, "Oh gosh." Okay, so of all criminal charges that you can get. Oh, sorry, my husband. Sorry, guys. Anyway, so of all, call me back. So on of all the charges that you can get charged criminally, 95 to 98% of all criminal charges get pled out in this
They do.
country.
That's the truth. Yes, they do.
And only 1% go to
Same as
trial.
it.
Okay, so when we look at that statistic, think about how a voting power we have in this country. Anybody that either has a relative that's has been incarcerated themselves.
Yep.
We need to get this word spread out. I keep telling people, I talk to strangers.
Yes.
Everywhere I go, I talk to them. And I talk to the younger generation because they have the power of the vote. We have got to change these laws. We've got to get this turned around. There has got to be a better way. This way does not work. The only people it serves are the people that run it, the people that own the commissary companies, the people that own the telephone systems, the bail bonds companies, the judges, everybody that has stock in us like we're cattle.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I totally agree. I mean,
say that, I was like, oh my gosh, that is absolutely spot on. I was like, oh, when he said that, that was it. That was it for me when you said that.
Yeah. Well, I wish I could stay in here longer, guys. I'm past my time. But this has been great. No, yeah, it's your fault. But go ahead, brother.
I was gonna say this real quick. Just email me, right? And I'm gonna send you my number, and we're gonna talk over the phone.
Absolutely.
Me too.
Let's do this.
We do a three-way.
Yeah. Yes, we can. Because I really believe that we should be a voting block. I know you only do an hour, but man, we can be a voting block in this country. Like we can be a real strong voting block.
I'm in
if
Texas,
we just put our
resources
together.
To reach out. I am in Texas. Can you imagine? Imagine.
Especially in the South, yes, we can be a voting block if we pull our resources together.
I'm ready to go.
We need to. Let's go, guys.
I'm ready to go.
Let's go. Come on, Jay. You need to make
let's
a
go.
trip.
Yeah.
All right, let's get our boots to the ground.
Corey, what state are you in? I gotta ask.
I'm in Georgia, right here in the heart of Atlanta.
Say that.
But I'm originally from Michigan. I'm from Flint, Michigan, out of all places.
You're from another area that gets hit hard up north.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Florida's just as worse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jay's in Florida. I'm in Texas. We have some people out in Cali.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's get our group together and see what we can do. Let's make some damage.
We need to.
Let's do this.
Serious, guys.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for the people on the panel tonight for being here. I appreciate you, Corey. I'm gonna get you back up here. Let's make plans, buddy. Let's do this. All right. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Have a good night, Tammy.
On Wednesdays. Jay.
Yeah, and Wednesdays is roundtable. You want? Hey, that's a great idea. Thank you, Tammy, for reminding me. Wednesday night is roundtable for us here, and just
at
like
8
this.
o'clock is good.
8 o'clock.
Right?
If you want to join the roundtable, get in.
Sure enough, I'll be here. I love it. Unless I got something going on, I'll be there.
Wednesday, 8 or what? No, sorry, Wednesday, 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock.
But me and you get, like I say, send me the email, Jay, so I can see you my phone number and Tammy. Let's get together. Let's do this.
Yes,
absolutely.
Definitely.
Let's do this.
All
right. Later, man. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye, Jay. Good night. Bye, everybody. Love.
Bye, everybody.
Holla.
Take care. All right. Tammy, if you want to stick around after the show, we can talk on here if you stay here. I just got to sign out.
Okay. That's cool.
Right.
Yeah.
My friend Harvey gets in here. Hey there, stopping by to hit the like. I'm about to go to bed. Okay, Harvey, thank you anyways. Nonetheless, I appreciate you no matter what. Have a great night. Hope you're doing good and hope you're feeling better from what you had earlier when we talked. But anyways, I hope you're good on your neck of the woods. We'll hopefully do a podcast here shortly too, my friend. Anyways, with that said, we're going to go ahead and bounce out here. Everybody, thank you guys so much for everybody in the chat. Again, Cynthia, Trey, Tin Man, if you're still in here, thank you so much. Harvey, thanks for stopping by. God, that's a tongue twister. and everybody else in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being in here. I appreciate every single one of you. Let's do this again, and let's have another amazing Friday Man's Night. And this has just been totally epic. With that said, I'm your host, Jay. We'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great night, everybody. See you later, Jamie, but stay in the green room. But anyways, have a great night, everybody.
Stay.